Mambo empowerment. Empowerment is a total scam. Hizi vitu mnaona serikali inafanya at empowerment. Kindiki anazunguka akijaza watu kwa tents, empowerment. Rais anaita vijana na wajaza State House, empowerment. Hizo vitu zote, it is a total scam. It is a total scam. Na hakuna nchi ulimwenguni, no single country in the world has developed with the handouts. Zile country mnasikia zinaitwa Asian Tigers, Singapore, Malaysia na South Korea, they never developed with the handouts. They never developed with the handouts. Handouts cannot develop a country. The only way we can develop this country, kama rais ako very serious, he wants to develop the Kenya economy. Kama rais ako very serious, anataka ku create jobs, he must simply do one thing: invest a lot of resources in manufacturing. Invest a lot of resources in manufacturing. Revive companies that have collapsed. Revive cotton industry. Revive pyrethrum industry. Revive all those companies that have collapsed. That is the only way you can grow the Kenyan economy. That is the only way you can create jobs in Kenya. Handouts are simply knee-jerk reactions to the problem of unemployment in this country. Handouts will never develop our economy. They will not. Handouts, hata mtu akipewa 1,000, what happens after that 1,000? Atakula hiyo 1,000, what next? So hii pesa ambayo wana waste on handouts, if they are serious, and I hope we shall one day get a president who will be serious and in fact invest in manufacturing. We need very serious investment in manufacturing to create employment for our youth. We need to invest in ICT hubs all over Kenya to enable our youth to access opportunities. ICT hubs. We need to invest in sports academies. Sports academies, particularly football. Football is now a well-paying career in the world. A very well-paying career in the world. A lucrative career, football. We need to invest in football academies at every county. If we want to create opportunities for youth, it is not handout way. It is to invest in projects that will create opportunities, really opportunities, long-term opportunities for our youth, but not handouts. Handouts will never. And I want to tell Kenyans, for every single shilling you receive in the form of handout from a politician, you must know that you are like a sheep or a goat being fattened for slaughter. Kama unapokea shilingi kutoka kwa mwanasiasa, kama unapokea pesa kutoka kwa mwanasiasa, wewe ni kama kondoo ama mbuzi inakuwa fattened before ichinjwe. That money that you are being given in form of handouts, you will pay it because it must come back through corruption. Ile pesa amupewi bure wa Kenya. You are not being given free money. If any politician gives you 100 shillings, 200 shillings, or any politician gives you a motorbike that is empowering you, or if any politician gives you a sewing machine ama mashini ya kinyozi, anakupatia pesa ambayo ameiba, na lazima atarudisha hiyo pesa kupitia kwa njia ya kuiba, na ataiba double. So it is we Kenyans who are enabling corruption in this country. We must tell President Ruto and we must tell this government that these knee-jerk reactions to unemployment will not help. Let the government invest in manufacturing, because we cannot create jobs when companies are closing in Kenya and moving to neighboring countries, because the the environment of doing business in Kenya is toxic, and other companies are scaling down. They are struggling. They are scaling down. So hii kitu ya handouts as Kenyans, kama tunataka kuchange hii nchi, ni lazima tubadilishe, lazima tukatae kupewa handouts na politicians. Lazima tukatae. Lazima tuambie politicians we need jobs. We don't want handouts. We want jobs. Hatutaki handouts. Wakupatie fishing net. Not a fish. We must not be given fish. We must be given fishing nets. And fishing nets are creating job opportunities for our youth. Na corruption katika hii nchi iko mingi sana. Is at unprecedented levels. Unprecedented levels. Corruption is too high. You can see e-citizen, you can see NTSA and various other departments of the government. There is very rampant corruption going on. You can see hii barabara inatoka Nairobi iende Mau Summit mpaka Nakuru. Barabara ya 175 kilometers itatugharimu 175 billion, which means 1 billion per kilometer. Which kind of road is that? We are building a road from Nairobi through Mau Summit to Nakuru using 175 billion, 1 billion per kilometer. That is outright corruption, and that is why madeni zinaendelea kuongezeka. President Ruto aliahidi atatoa Kenya kwa madeni, badala ya kutoa Kenya kwa madeni anaongeza madeni zaidi, kwa sababu Mwai Kibaki in 2 years, comparing Mwai Kibaki first 2 years, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta first 2 years, President Ruto first 2 years. In 2 years, Mwai Kibaki borrowed 240 billion. In 2 years. In 2 years, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta borrowed 1.2 trillion. 1.2 trillion. In 2 years, Ruto has borrowed 2.3 trillion. 2.3 trillion. So he's the president who has borrowed the highest under 2 years. Comparing the previous presidents in 2 years and comparing President Ruto in 2 years. So what I'm saying, that corruption in this country is too high, and all the resources, our revenue goes into private pockets. All the money we borrow from outside end up in private pockets, because you can see the government, parliament amended the Public Finance Management Act. Parliament amended the Public Finance Management Act in order to allow the government to open offshore accounts going against the Kenya Constitution, so that money, borrowed money is deposited into foreign accounts, going against our Constitution. Our Constitution says every single revenue must go into the consolidated account in this country. That is our Constitution, Article 201. It says all our revenue, whether borrowed or a revenue accrued through taxes, must go to the consolidated fund. So I'm finishing by saying this, that unless we tame corruption in this country, we are headed nowhere. Our biggest problem in this country, our biggest cancer, our biggest pandemic is corruption. We lose a lot of resources through corruption. Yes, and I want to finalize by saying that on Harambee Stars, we have said those people like us who hate Ruto will pause for a while, so that our boys tutapause kidogo, so that vijana wetu waweze kuvuna hiyo milioni, that is part of our money, waweze kuvuna. Hatutaki saa hizi tukasirishe Ruto akatae kupeana hiyo milioni moja. So tutapause kidogo ili vijana wetu wavune, kwa sababu hatuwezi wacha ndovu izikwe na pembe. Asante na Mungu awabariki.